This week
Matthew,
in
Matthew.
news. Hi, Daddy.
I've told you once, told you a million times, I need to record the podcast. I can't have you just shouting. Second of all, we are not doing news today. We are doing predictions. So I need you to just stop going through my stuff and start letting me do my thing, okay?
Okay. Love you.
Yeah.
They make their predictions for all of the announcements and showcases. Extra, hear all about it.
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast with predictions. This is a prediction episode. I, of course, am the Dean of Games, the Dean Slater if you're on Twitch or Twitter, and joining me is twitch.tv/LMJ the Hitman Landen.
What's going on, everybody? LMJ the Hitman. I love my name. It's so simple, but it gets to the point.
Yeah, it's a great name. Yeah. We should definitely address the elephant in the room. James wanted to take a short break from the podcast, so we told him to take all the time he needs, and he always has a spot. So you won't be hearing his sultry voice for a little bit, but so all the best wishes to him. This is a prediction episode.
E3 season, but no E3.
It's E3 season, without the E3, so non-E3 season. The anti-E3. So what we have for you today for our predictions is bingo boards, and they'll go up on the XofPlays Twitter when all is said and done. So we made general bingo boards, and we're going to be narrowing it down to 9 for each of us. For instance, we are recording this, and there was a leak that just happened for Xbox, so we can't use it anyway. So I'll go ahead and name it as an example. So if we were to say, GoldenEye will get a CG trailer, the other person cannot say GoldenEye will get a CG trailer. They could possibly say GoldenEye will get a gameplay trailer, but you can't use the same prediction, essentially. So and we'll just take turns going back and forth. We have like a full 25 slot bingo board that we're going to be narrowing down to a 9 slot bingo board. Obviously, because some of our predictions are going to be taken. So with all of that out of the way, this is Extra, your weekly gaming news podcast covering, well, not news, but covering the events that are going to be leading up to next week. But this week, it is Sunday, June 5th, 2022.
Moving through this year so fast.
You like us?
Sorry.
June got here so fast.
Yeah, really.
And if you like us, you can go to patreon.com/thebriefing room. Let's get to some predictions.
Predictions. Double P.
Yes.
Let's go. You want to start off?
I can start off, sure. I will start off with...
We're doing the Xbox first, right? Or just get started games fast. It's fine. We can do either or. I'm pretty excited
Yeah,
about the
but-
Xbox One just because it's happening sooner than it's June 10th, right? And then Games Fest is just a little bit
Yeah.
after. So yeah, Xbox is gonna be good. Xbox is gonna be so good.
Yeah. Yep, we can do the Xbox One for sure.
For sure.
So there we go, and there we go. All right. Yeah. So for my Xbox, I want to change that font size for sure. I don't need anything that big. I have Avowed. Do we want to do the free spaces first? What
guaranteed things are gonna be there?
Yeah, because if not, I'll go with Starfield. If we're gonna go with.
Yeah, I mean Starfield's definitely gonna be there for sure. So yeah, I mean that's definitely easiest free space.
Yeah, and there's another Bethesda game that will definitely be there. For your free space. All right, let me do that. All right, Starfield as my free space. There we go.
So my free space needs to be separate from yours?
I guess since it's a free space, you could always use Starfield too.
I mean, yeah, if it's already going to be free, no reason to put the extra effort in.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, Starfield was already supposed to come out this year. Yeah, they delayed it, but you're not going to have a whole lot of opportunities left to show off the game
and get people re-excited for this new release date. It's gonna.
So I think that's a shoe-in.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah.
Okay. So your first
Avowed
prediction goes as Avowed. All right.
Yeah. I think we already saw like a CG trailer for it, I believe. So I'm gonna say we're gonna actually see some gameplay.
It's a pretty solid prediction. Most of my predictions are like, yeah, obviously you're gonna see that, but I want that W. I'm gonna go for the W my predictions are gonna lead this year. I'm gonna get the most right predictions.
I've got a meme I'm gonna be doing.
Okay.
For the most part.
All right, so if you're going Avowed, my first bad boy goes Perfect Dark. I am thinking we're getting some Perfect Dark, and I want to throwing a little extra pizzazz in there. I think it's gonna come with a release date, but a far away release date, not like a full date in time, but like a month or part of the year, like winter 2023. I could see that. They've been working on that one for a bit now. So, and they've got help from other studios working on it as well. So I would say that we see some gameplay and cinematic of that bad boy.
Okay.
Small gameplay, like just like a little hint. Like when you see it's like, was that gameplay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect Dark. That's my prediction.
I would love to see another Perfect Dark. I think we need more strong female protagonists in games, and Joanna Dark definitely fits that. But from what I've heard about like some of the stuff going on with that studio, I don't know how far along that game is. I'm not sure it's that far along to be showing anything, but I'd love to see something for Perfect Dark. All right, so for me, do I want to steal that from you?
Go for it, dude. Go for it.
All right. We see something related to Gears of War 6.
See, I do have that on my list, but it's got a fingers crossed emoji right next to it. Good pick, though. Good pick. You got any extra? You don't have to like count it, but do you have any extra spice that you want to add in there? You think anything special is going to happen with it? You think it's just a title screen? You think there's a release date to it?
I don't think there's a release date. I think Xbox is starting to realize that they shouldn't put release dates so far in advance.
True that.
So I think they'll keep that a little bit closer to time. I think it'll be a cinematic.
Okay, cinematic. Yeah, show off that new Unreal Engine that they're going to be used, primed and ready for. They're used to that Unreal Engine, so.
Yeah.
Gears of War is, we say it's synonymous with that. Like they almost every time there's a new Unreal Engine, there'd be a new Gears of War game with it.
Yeah, I still need to play Gears 5.
It's phenomenal, man. It is absolutely phenomenal. And
I
I just found out they had
a
DLC to that game. Sorry to dive a little side thing into Gears of War's got some called Hive Busters. I thought it was a new game mode. It's a full like campaign DLC, so I gotta play that. Got to play me some of that. I'll be hitting up Games Pass here soon, trying that out.
Yeah,
Hive Busters
for sure. All right, what's your next one?
All right, so you stole my fingers crossed one. So I got a unique one. I got a real unique one in there. You ready for this? I think in the Yakuza Like a Dragon sequel on Xbox's showcase for sure. That was such a huge success. It hit up Games Pass and it had more players playing the Yakuza series than they've ever had when it hit on Games Pass. So I think it would be, and they're trying to hit that Japanese market. So Yakuza Like a Dragon 2 hitting up on the their showcase for sure.
Yeah, they
I don't have any really extra pizzazz with that one because I'm sure they'll show maybe some gameplay or something. I don't know how their devs process works for those Yakuza games, but I know they pop them out like crazy.
Yeah, they do put those out like crazy because they also do the Judgment games.
Yep.
And so if you combine those
series.
in that studio. Yeah, that studio does like one game a year. It's crazy. All right, I stole one from you, so I want to take this one before you take it.
Okay.
Haunted Chocolatier.
What is this?
Haunted Chocolatier. It's Concerned Ape who did Stardew Valley. It's his newest game.
Okay.
It was shown last year.
Was it at an Xbox thing last year?
No. I think it was just a general event. I don't think it was like any of the big events. It might have been a Summer Games Fest, but it wasn't like a specific platform event. It was... I don't think. It might have been Nintendo, too. He seems to have gotten a close relationship with Nintendo, but... I don't know that he's, tied the knot with anyone.
Right. Okay, well that's a fairly good prediction. I can see that.
We got like gameplay and stuff too, but I think we get just that little extra this time.
All right, so I think we see. It's my turn, right? I'm not cutting you off.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. You're good. I'm thinking Wolfenstein 3. I know this team's already working on 2 other titles, but I think we'll just see a little CGI trailer of the guy that I can't remember his name, the guy that plays the main character in the last 2 Wolfenstein games. I think we'll just see him or something like that. And then hint to Wolfenstein 3 title card. Literally just a title card, no release date, no nothing, just Wolfenstein 3. It exists and we're working on it. Last time we saw that was back in 2017, 2018. So it's been a hot minute, and that's plenty of time for that series to settle down a little bit and come back.
Yeah. I also will be going on the Bethesda side. I will be going with, we've heard rumors about it, a new, reboot of Quake. There's been, rumors circulating that they are currently working on a Quake similar to Doom 2016 or whatever it was.
Quake, huh?
Yeah. Because they haven't really done anything with that franchise in a hot minute.
Okay. I agree, but me personally, I feel like Doom just kind of took over the whole Quake series, and the whole Quake fan base and multiplayer disappeared. But I could definitely see them trying to bring Quake back. I guess that's fairly good one.
I would have gone with Doom, but like I said, there have been rumors circulating about a Quake.
Okay. You got Quake. Does it have to be a video game. I mean, they're going to take this time to possibly show us who knows what else among this. So I have a unique one, and it's show us this new streaming stick, this new Xbox Games Pass stick.
Yeah, they could definitely show that. I think they say that they're. I mean, they could still show it, but like, didn't they say that they're starting from scratch the UI or whatever, something like that?
Yeah, yeah. But I still feel like it could potentially still hit at fall, winter time release window. So I think they'll try to at least show the concept of what it's going to look like.
Yeah,
and maybe a price point, and maybe something like some of the services that it might offer. Maybe something unique. Maybe you buy it and you get 3 months of Games Pass, or you pre-order now and it comes with Games Pass for a year. I don't, weird stuff like that to help get people excited for it. I definitely see the Stream Stick getting some kind of limelight, some kind of spotlight on it here. Their little announcement
here. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah, I definitely leaned more heavily into the games side. Simply because I think that we're still another year or two away at least of before the next Xbox PlayStation revision,
Sure.
Because we can't even, we're just starting to get Xboxes and you still can't get a PlayStation. So it's hard for me to say, oh yeah, you're definitely getting a new console iteration or whatever next year, because usually it's like about 3 to 4 years.
For sure.
I think that's going to get pushed back because of the shortages. So I did definitely focus on the gaming side. Let's see.
I got a couple good ones still in my back pocket.
Yeah, I do too. And I don't know if that's gonna be there, but alright, how about this? There's a game. It's an Xbox game, but it's not on Xbox. And that's because it's a timed exclusive for PlayStation. And I don't know if it was 1 year or 2 year timed exclusive. I'm gonna say it was 1 year, and they're gonna show off Deathloop coming to Xbox.
Okay. I could see that. Fair enough. And I'm pretty sure you're right about that 1 year exclusivity. And I could even see them being like, here's Deathloop, here's some new added patch notes for it, and maybe like some kind of added DLC or new map area. I could see that too, with like promise of the future DLC, because that game's got a pretty good fan base with the PlayStation community. The game hit Game of the Year for IGN, didn't it? So I mean, and it got several Game of the Year votes for the Game of the what are they? Jeff Keighley's thing.
Game Awards.
Game Awards. Yeah.
So,
for sure, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice. Okay. All right. So I think I'm gonna cut towards the end of the show. You think you've seen all these great things that Xbox is working on? Because I have a good feeling this is going to be a great showcase from Xbox. With Bethesda, even if Bethesda wasn't there, I'm sure they could have a good showcase. But the lights are dimming down. You think it's over, and they're like, but that one more thing. Fable with gameplay and a release date. Fable, baby. I am so excited for it. It's been in the works for a long time. I'm sure they have something to show us. I'm not saying the release date's soon. I'm just saying there's going to be a release date. And I think we're going to see some of the actual gameplay, and I think it's going to look like it used to back in the day with just good graphics, and it's going to have that feeling of that British humor, that British vibe, that playful yet awesome gameplay look to it. I'm super stoked for Fable, so I hope to see that. I'm sure. I mean, they've announced it like last 2 years, And even before the 2 years ago of its announcement, there was already rumors of that team working on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they got something to show. So Fable's my next one for sure. Real excited for the future of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I had Fable on my list too. The other thing is Playground Games. I mean, granted, usually they make the same games, so like you don't have to, start from scratch like they did from Fable, but they put games out at a pretty quick clip if you think about how often they put out a Forza Horizon.
For sure.
So I definitely had that on my list as well. All right. I have one as well, and I think this is the actual end. All right, close your eyes.
I'm closing.
Imagine this with me.
Okay, I'm imagining.
All
Brain
right.
is turned on.
They showed everything,
Okay.
and then they're like, "All right, we just have one last thing before we close out our show, but we're not going to talk about it. We have someone special to talk about it. The lights dim, for the presentation. The digital lights dim."
Yep.
And then they slowly turn on, and Kojima is standing on stage.
Okay.
And introduces what he's been working on for Xbox, whatever it is.
Okay. There's a lot of rumors that he's working on an Xbox thing, or maybe like an Xbox Game Pass indie, or just a small AA game. But all right, okay. Him to show up, that'd be a pretty big deal. And I know, like I said earlier, I know they're trying to look into that Japanese market for Xbox, and especially now that they got that Stream Stick, and they can hit a lot larger of a community, especially the community in the Japan area. Internet is a lot better than our American internet. So Games Pass works like butter. It's just butter out everywhere else besides India, not Indiana, but America.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I could see that. That'd be dope. And that would get people so stoked. People would be talking about the Xbox conference. People would be saying like, "Oh man, did you see Kojima show up at the end?" Because he has that celebrity appearance. Like he's that appeal that he's for sure one of the video game industry's like top tier Mount Rushmore video game celebrities.
Yeah.
To have him actually
show
up,
that's why
that'd be awesome.
they would. Yeah, that's why I think he would show up, is for them to kind of bring in that crowd. Because they did. There was a week. Granted, it's a week. Where they did surpass Sony in Japanese sales. Now that being said, they also aren't. I mean, they're leagues away, but like comparatively to previous generations, they're not that far away from Sony. Like, this is a much closer race in Japan than it was. Not that I really think they're at war at this point anymore, but it is much closer than it has been in the past.
I think Microsoft's doing a good job making them seem like a good alternative second source of console.
Yeah. And I have 7 now. Where are you at? You at 6?
I am at 6, so this will make my number 7. Trying real hard to keep track of this. I got a couple different pages pulled up here.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm gonna start closing out mine when we get through.
Thought being able to have the bubbles on my notes on my phone would work out a lot better, but it's not. Actually turning into a mess. But I'll be able to figure it out. Plus, we have recorded audio to take notes on, come back to if I mess anything up.
Yeah.
All right, so my next one. Let's see here. Right. Okay. Another one that's by the same studio that just was my last announcement. So that's another reason I think Wolfenstein might be far away out. But I think Indiana Jones. We're gonna see quite a bit of Indiana Jones, and I think it'll have a release date of late next year, because I think that's when the movie's gonna release. So it'd be good timing for like, hey, check out this video game along with, you know what I mean, along with the game. My bad. But yeah, I think Indiana Jones would be a great announcement, and there's a lot of, I don't know, a lot of hate towards Indiana Jones video games, but I think that if any studio can pull it off and make it fun Indiana Jones, it'd be them.
Yeah, I would love to see Indiana Jones. I'm just, again, like with the Perfect Dark, I'm not sure how far they are, but I would love to see it. And you're right, it would be perfect to release it alongside the movie, because isn't that what what game is it? There's a game that's trying to release alongside its movie this year or something.
Avatar. Potentially, we could see Ubisoft's Avatar game along with the movie. They were smart, and I know they've been working on that. I know it's way off because Ubisoft's not even have anything going on right now. But if they do, and they would announce that, it would be perfect, because that game has been in the works for years and years and years. Avatar, the movie itself, had been pushed back by years and years. So I know that they have this game just sitting in their back pocket. Now, is it going to be a good game? Does anybody care about an Avatar video game? That's a whole separate story. I don't see any appeal. I mean, I'm interested in the movie, but to be able to go watch the movie and be like, well, now I wish I could play a video game of this, I don't see it happening. Yeah.
I know I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments and everything. I've never understood the appeal of the original Avatar movie. I've never seen the appeal.
Pocahontas?
I thought it was... I thought the writing was subpar, you know. The special effects were great, don't get me wrong, but like, I even saw someone tweet that they just rewatched it to prepare for the second one coming out. And even right after rewatching the movie, they could only name 3 characters.
Oh no. Oh no.
That movie is not a great movie. I don't understand what the fascination of it was. And like, I agree that, you know, we need to take care of the planet and everything, like the message of that movie. But the message is just shoved down your throat in that movie.
I agree.
I watched that movie, and even though I do think we should take care of the planet, I watched that movie, and I was just like, I'm gonna go burn some trees now. Like,
you know, James Cameron's weird with his movies. You know, Terminator 1, whatever. Terminator 2, however. Yeah. Avatar 1, whatever. Avatar 2, who knows? Is it going to be as good as what Terminator 2 did? Who knows? Terminator 2 for life.
Yeah. And the whole thing of unobtainium, like, I know that's the easy joke, but unobtainium.
What a name.
You really couldn't think of anything better than that.
They can't obtain it because it's unobtainable.
All right. Anyway, we went on a rant about Avatar.
So I did mine number 7. You're doing your number 8, I believe.
Yes. All right. So we got it. We got the reveal of it last year, and it was a whole fun reveal or whatever. I think we see a cinematic. So you can go a different route with this game. I'm leaving it open for you to take this game too. I think we see a cinematic for Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds, huh? 2?
Outer Worlds 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we got that reveal trailer last year, and it was like the landscape, and it just, you know, pans over a landscape, and then the little moon thing just turns around, and it's like Outer Worlds 2, and that was it. It was basically just a title drop and reveal.
All right, that's a good one. I think that Redfall is a lot of these games, as I'm looking at them and hearing them, a lot of these games are made by the same studio. But I know that these studios by Bethesda are very large, and they're used to being able to split up their large amounts of staff amongst multiple games. But yeah, I think Redfall will also have a gameplay and release date. That game was announced quite some time ago, and already had been pushed back. So I'm sure they have something to show if they're already announcing pushbacks. And with pushbacks comes with responsibility, and the responsibility of that being you need to show me some gameplay to make me happy for this pushback. Make the fans happy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Redfall is going to be there.
I don't remember what the source of this one was. But there was a leak of some kind. And forgive me for not remembering where it came from, but they have something they're working on called Project Midnight.
Okay.
I don't know a whole lot about it, but I remember seeing they're working on something called Project Midnight. We'll figure out more about what that is at the showcase. Let me actually pull it up.
That's your number 8.
That was my number 9.
Okay, your number 9, so I'm about to do my
It is Project Midnight is supposedly a third-person action game set in a dark, fantastical world. And some like the early concept artwork was kind of revealed, and that was in November of 2021.
Okay. So you think it's about time it gets like an announcement of it?
Yeah. All right. So I think we'll go through we'll each take turns, and we'll just go through our entire bingo board. So for me, my Xbox and Bethesda Showcase bingo board is Avowed gameplay trailer, Gears 6 reveal, Haunted Chocolatier, Quake, Starfield, Deathloop, Kojima's Project, Outer Worlds 2 cinematic trailer, and Project Midnight reveal.
Okay. That's a good list, dude. And I'm hoping that every bit of what we have on these lists is there. Like I have high hopes, and there's really good chance that most of these things will show up. Oh yeah. I think Xbox has been building up to this moment of being able to have just a whole lot in their back pocket to just start whipping out.
Yeah.
All right. So my list, how I have my list written down is and checkmark now is weird because I kind of poked at it. So in no particular order of what I just said, these are mine. My predictions go Fable with, I think, again, gameplay. Perfect Dark Zero. I said Yakuza Like a Dragon sequel. The Game Pass streaming stick. Wolfenstein 3. Redfall. Indiana Jones. And that should be all of them.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be such a good conference, man. I'm so excited. I get all giddy. Ever since I was a kid, I was watching E3s. I'd be sitting in front of the TV for 10 hours a day, watching all the dev interviews, watching them talk about their video game and all the unique things about their video game. Yeah, I'm nerding out. And whether it's E3 or not E3, as long as there's some kind of conference, I'm excited.
Yeah, I remember watching a lot of stuff back in the day with
Adam Sessler.
Yeah, with Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb. I remember even
Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn. The Attack of the Show crew.
Yeah,
I remember
buddy.
The X-Play crew. I even remember Screensavers.
Yeah, I remember a little bit of that. Yeah.
But yeah, so and then one of the reasons I actually love Psychonauts so much as a franchise is because of them. I was watching when they were about to ship the original Psychonauts, like they did a whole piece for G4, and like they did for shipping, when they were trying to put the final touches on the game before ship, they did this fun like lockdown where the employees had to end up pulling an all-nighter, but Tim Schafer's like, have your families come and we'll do like a pizza party. So like the families were locked down with them in the place, and there was pizza parties. Their children were playing the playing Psychonauts as they were pulling an all-nighter to get it shipped. I was like, oh, that is so cool. And then I'm like, oh wait, that's kind of, I mean, it's still a lot more fun than what some of the companies do, but that's still kind of like crunch, but like
still a little crunchy.
least,
yeah.
But it's not like the worst compared to some of these other places.
Yeah, no, there's
and
definitely some real bad ones out there.
At least they let them see their family.
At least your family can be there with you. I mean, that helps, I'm sure.
All right, so SGF Summer Games Fest.
Yay!
I'll be honest, I started doing this list, and then I was filling out this list, with things I thought were going to be there, and then I started filling out the list a little bit with stuff from the NVIDIA leak, and then I'm like, wait a second, hold on. The Jeff Keighley announces, like, the developers that are going to be there. Why am I doing this? I need to look at his partner list. So some of these may not happen because I don't have the partner list pulled up, and I definitely just continued going instead of starting over. But hey,
Hey,
So I think for me the free space, and if you have something else you want to use for the free space, for me, I think the free space is going to be Fall Guys, because Mediatonic I know for a fact is on the partner list. Fall Guys is about to go free to play, and go to Xbox and Nintendo. So, like, I think they'll want to push Fall Guys now that it's free to play and try to get people to bite in, because it's going free to play in like 20 days from now, from us recording this.
Right.
Like, so I think they'll want to do that push to get people enticed into this whole free to play and get them into that ecosystem. So yeah, that's going to be my personal free space.
Fall Guys is your free one? Let me think. That is for sure gonna be there. Man, I'm having a brain fart. I don't know what's a guarantee, and I don't want to steal any of my own guesses. You know what I mean? Maybe some of my guesses might already be there.
If you want to use Fall Guys, you can use Fall Guys.
Let's just use Fall Guys. Let's use Fall Guys, because the only thing that's coming to my brain is stuff that I actually want to use in this.
Because I did look at Mediatonic, and it doesn't look like they really have any upcoming projects. I think they're kind of more focused on Fall Guys at the moment.
Yeah, they probably are. I do think that the Xbox will probably have like a nice package, and a nice package for when that game drops, as in like Master Chief armor sets and who knows, even Doom Guy armor sets. I can see all kinds of cool stuff.
Well, I mean, didn't they already do a Doom Guy though?
Is there a Doom Guy?
I think they've done a Doom Guy.
I'm not too necessarily caught up on all the Fall Guys outfits. I know they got quite a bit. I know they got KFC stuff. Which is pretty adorable.
All right.
Oh yeah, so your free guy is Fall Guys. Right there.
Yeah. All right. And some of these also on top of that, I need to go back over here. And some of the stuff I have in there, like, was already announced at the Sony thing, so I don't know if it's going to make an appearance again. But the ones I'm talking about, they are partners, but does the it's getting does the Sony thing count? Because the Sony thing did have Summer Games Fest.
It'll be interesting. I mean, it's a good opportunity for Sony to just be like, oh, we'll just use you as free marketing to get our new games out there and the name out there. So that way they don't have to do their own state of play or whatever. They can use. I'm sure. Plus, Jeff Keighley is like known for this stuff, so PlayStation, I'm sure, knows that it's a good home for them to release any kind of game that they want from them from Jeff Keighley's showcase.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take this one.
Go.
I do know they are a partner. I did do this one before I started looking at partners, but they are in fact a partner, and they are really trying to make a push for the game. Gotham Knights.
Okay. Gotham Knights.
Warner Brothers Games is on the list, and I think I might include another Warner Brothers game, but I think that's one of the games they're going to be pushing real hard.
People are shitting on that game, and I think that it just has the wrong. They just need another chance to really show what that game has.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally am excited for it. I want to play as Red Hood. I think that sounds cool, but I mean, it also kind of looks like it could be a potential Avengers-like video game as well. So I am excited for that one. I am excited for that one. That's a good choice.
I know this is a little unconventional, but I love Nightwing. That's another one people kind of shit on, is just Nightwing in general. I love the idea of Robin, deciding to part ways and do his own thing in another city and adopt a whole new persona. And Nightwing's cool, in my opinion.
I like Nightwing as well, and people were also making fun of his little glider and his Link-like glider, but I think it looks cool. Yeah. I'm about that game for now. I hope I get a chance to actually play it before actual release, but or some kind of beta would be nice to help sell that game. But that's a good choice. That's a good choice. I'm actually going to go along with your DC side here, and I'm going with Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman finally gets displayed. Finally, I think that game's been in the makings for a minute.
Yeah, I forgot all about Wonder Woman. I have another DC game if I need it to pull from, but I Wonder Woman, shit, I forgot about that game.
Yeah, I think it's the team that made Shadow of Mordor, and I can't remember the sequel of it, but they made the two Shadow games, and that game came out in like 2016. This 2022. They've had 6 years, so who knows? What they got up their pockets. I'm using the word pockets a lot, but who knows what's in those pockets? Who knows?
Yeah. I am going to go Sonic Frontiers.
Okay.
They've already started the rollout for it. Sega is a partner. I think that Sonic Frontiers is going to be there, just because that already matches the marketing push they've had. I think that, if I'm being honest, I like the concept. I think that game needs a little more time in the oven.
I hope if they delayed that, I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think that's just, I think a lot of people have that sentiment where they like it. Oh, oops. They like it, they just wish that there's a little bit more time.
All right. Well, I think I got. I think PlayStation's gonna have God of War there. I got a feeling.
I have that too.
That God of War is gonna have a home there, because I don't know if they have anywhere else to do it, unless they were to do their whole own unique conference just for God of War later. But this is good. Like I said, opportunities.
Yeah. Don't I want to do I'm not sure if it's one of their partners. This is one of the ones I did before I looked at their partners. But it was part of the NVIDIA leak, and we've heard some video game insiders say it is 100% being worked on. A new BioShock.
Oh man, that's been in the works for a while. Good call. Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna call it BioShock 4, but they haven't officially it hasn't been officially talked about, and I don't know if it's gonna be because BioShock, it was BioShock 1, BioShock 2, and then they just decided to get rid of numbers. So BioShock 4 really isn't even a thing, but I'm just going to call it BioShock 4 for the sake of this bingo.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, okay. A little notepad here.
I did claim the free BioShock collection from Epic Games.
Oh, you did? Nice. Good call. Infinite is phenomenal. And I think I might have said this before, but people downplay BioShock 2. It was so fun to be a Big Daddy. I thought that was awesome and unique.
Yeah.
And I still liked BioShock. I liked the series, but 2 was still fun. Not the best of the 3, but fun. Nonetheless, BioShock Infinite might still be on the top 5 games, my top 5 games list. I don't know yet. Okay, so BioShock, good call. I'm thinking I'm going to take another unique, kind of a PlayStation one, a little bit, but Hogwarts. I'm taking Harry Potter's Hogwarts.
Yeah, I have that too, because, it's PlayStation's definitely advertising it, but they also are Warner Brothers, like I mentioned, and Warner Brothers is a partner of Summer Games Fest, so that definitely is a good pull. I'm going to steal your favorite game from under your nose. Are you ready for it? Are you ready to have your heart ripped out of your chest and just torn apart? Dragon Ball: The Breakers.
What?
It's that isometric Dragon Ball game. It's supposed to be coming out this year, and Bandai Namco is a partner of Summer Games Fest.
Okay, I had no idea of this, but that sounds awesome. I still have yet to play Kakarot. I really want to play that one.
It's the one where you can play as as the villains. Like one person plays as the villains, and then everyone else plays as just regular schmoes.
Okay.
And you're trying to escape from the villains.
Oh, that's right. Among Us style, right?
It's more of
Friday 13th and
Friday 13th.
Was it Dead by Daylight? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, I was trying to think of because Friday the 13th is the one I go to too, but it's definitely the inferior version because Dead by Daylight is definitely the better version of that type of gameplay. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, Dead by Daylight so far is the only one that's truly gotten it. As of yet, like that kind of gameplay style. So I'm hoping they can at least maybe not beat Dead by Daylight because they are so far behind that game, but at least be better than what was it, Predator and Friday the 13th. I hope they leave themselves room to grow and to tweak the gameplay if they need to, because like with Predator, it was it was not fun being the Predator, I think. Is that it?
Yeah, because you get to play as a team, and then the Predator, if the team knew what they were doing, then the Predator was just like, you had to be a good Predator, like a really good at the game. There's a learning curve, and you don't get to learn because everybody else knows what to do to you.
That's the problem with the isometric style is it's very easy for one side to be OP, whether it's the killer or the survivors, let's just say. So as long as they can get that gameplay at least functional enough that they can tweak it if need be. I think that's where it will be good. All right.
Okay. So again, I'm really jealous of your Bioshock. Yeah, that was a good one. All right, my next one. The indie scene needs a little bit of light, and what better way to get the indie community hyped at Summer Game Fest other than Shovel Knight 2? Give me some Shovel Knight 2. A game is what's called Silk Song or something like that. It's been announced, but show us it. Give us a release date. That game has been in the works for far too long. It's in the oven. Don't let it burn.
Yeah. Silk Song is Hollow Knight.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Shovel Knight 2, though. Yeah, my bad. Got that mixed up. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they both have Knight. They both are the second. Yeah. No, I understand where you fell, but I just wanted to add that correction before the comments are like, he did the wrong game.
He said the wrong thing. We all know what he meant, but we're still going to call him out. Yeah. Thanks, community. Hold me accountable.
All right. And I'm looking at this and I'm trying to think of what I can do. So, all right, I will go with my other DC one, I think. All right? Okay. Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we've kind of seen a little bit more of that than we have Wonder Woman. I still, even though I have it on my predictions, I still think they might just have Gotham Knight so that way that game can kind of shine before they push any other games. But I'll add Suicide Squad anyway.
Okay, good call.
Because I'm not super confident with half the things on my list, because like I said, I did it before I looked at the partners. Alright, that is my number 6. So what is your number 6?
I'm going to be probably on the PlayStation train here a little bit here, but okay. I got The Last of Us remake on here.
Yeah, I did not have that one on here, but I did have it on the PlayStation one, and then we ended up delaying it in the PlayStation game. State of Play actually was a good state of play for once, so I don't know that they're doing a full showcase at this point, because half the stuff I thought was going to be at the showcase was at this state of play.
Right.
So I don't know that they have enough for a full showcase now.
Yeah, I was expecting PlayStation to kind of have their own conference of some kind, and it's not really looking that way. So I'm thinking they have to have their game show up somewhere. So where else other than Summer Games Fest?
All right, I am going with one that is a partner and was leaked on was part of the NVIDIA leak. It would lean a little bit on the PlayStation side as well. Final Fantasy IX Remake.
Oh, Final Fantasy IX Remake.
Yes. Like I said, it was on the NVIDIA leak. Square Enix is part of Summer Games Fest. And that might be like Jeff Keighley's, one more thing, because it's big enough. Some people aren't the biggest fan of 9, but
there always seems to be about 3 or 4 Final Fantasy titles being worked on at the same time, so I would not doubt that.
Yeah.
Okay, good call.
After Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced, I was like, you know what? I can't deny the legitimacy of this leak anymore. Like,
more I look at my own list, the more self-conscious I'm getting. But just because I'm competitive and I want to win. But I have another. Are you ready for mine?
Yeah.
All right. So he's already going to be there from, especially based off your prediction. But oh no, Kojima, he pops up one more time. What is this? Death Stranding 2. It's already been leaked by Norman Reedus already. So what better way to reveal it than at Summer Games Fest?
Yeah.
So yes, Death Stranding 2. That's my next one. A third PlayStation guess in a row.
It's one of those weird things because Kojima does have a really good relationship with Jeff Keighley.
For sure.
His studio is not on the partners, but Sony is listed as a partner, and I think it's one of those weird situations where Death Stranding IP is owned by Sony. It's just Kojima that works on it. I think it's one of those weird situations. Because when they were showing like the PlayStation, it was a few months ago. They were showing like the PlayStation, characters or whatever. Like they put out like a tweet, and Norman Reedus' character was on there, and everyone lost their shit because they're like, wait, does that mean Kojima Productions has been bought? And he's like, no, guys, listen, it's not like that. But I think like that for Death Stranding IP, I think is like a joint
with PlayStation,
IP where,
for
like,
sure.
Yeah, where PlayStation owns part, Kojima owns part, but like I'm not sure all the legalese of that, but because of the Sony branding being on Summer Games Fest, I could definitely see Death Stranding 2 being on there for sure. Okay. This one is a game I did not know about, but it is a big IP, or big-ish. It's not nearly as big as it used to be. It is a known IP, I should say. It is, the studio working on it is a partner, which is why I have it on the list, because I was running out of things, so I started typing in all the partners, see what games they were working on. Walking Dead Last Mile.
Okay. Is this a? I'm not thinking the VR. That's not the VR thing that was just announced. You're thinking? Is this? Who's this made by?
I can look that up. It's been a minute. Give me a second. For those of you who don't know, and you're like, why are they forgetting so much of this stuff?
So many studios that were all combined here. I'm usually pretty good at this.
And not only that, we were supposed to be filming this on Thursday. We are actually filming this on the day that we were supposed to be putting it out. Last Mile. Let's see.
Walking Dead's still a popular IP.
It is a popular IP. Let's see. Where is? It is a interesting art style as well. Skybound. It's being published by Skybound.
Okay, yeah. I can see that logo in my head
that's
now.
Why. Yeah. I don't think Skybound is developing it. I think they're just publishing it. But but then again, also Skybound. There was a Skybound game in the PlayStation State of Play, so I don't know if that's why their name was on that partner list or what. That's the one downside to this whole Summer Games Fest compared to E3. Like, if you see a game on any of the Summer Games Fest showcases, you're like, okay, well, is that the game, or like, you just don't know.
Right.
But I will have it on there because it is a known-ish IP, and well, it is a known IP, but it is a known-ish game, and its partner. So I'll have that on there. So what is your number 8, Landon?
All right. Actually, don't give it anything away. But I got ahead of myself. So I think From Software and Jeff Keighley also have a pretty good connection with each other, and they're feeling pretty vibey with each other. And I think Armored Core, the next Armored Core, will get an announcement at this Games Fest, and I think it'll also show some gameplay to show that it's not going to be like a lot of the other Armored Cores that have released. I think it's going to be a very unique styled Armored Core.
Yeah.
A lot like their newer titles. With
I agree with you. If it's going to be shown, it'll be shown at a Keighley event for sure.
Yes.
I know of Armored Core, but I've never really looked too much into it.
I played a tiny bit of one, and I was a kid. I didn't even know that I was playing it at the time, and I really was not a fan.
Yeah, and there's that was my phone. Their style has changed, I would say, since they made the last Armored Core. So it'd be interesting to see how this Armored Core works. Are you gonna be able to dodge roll in these big mechs?
Stamina-based machines.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see that. That is definitely the rumor they're working on now. I did have a FromSoft developed title on here, but I don't think they're working on it, and I don't think I'm going to use it, honestly. It's part of the NVIDIA leak, but I just don't know. It hasn't been announced, so I don't know enough about who would be making it to actually throw it out there. So I'm not going to have it on the predictions, but a PC port of Demon's Souls is something that was on the leak.
Ooh, PC. Yeah, especially if you're talking about the new one, right? The one that was made by Blue Point. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Blue Point is Sony, so I guess that would work. But I'm gonna keep the meme alive. I started this meme and I'm going with it till the end. Haunted Chocolatier.
Haunted what?
Haunted Chocolatier, the Stardew developer.
Oh, okay.
New game.
Okay. I see.
Keep the meme alive.
You gotta keep it alive. Okay. Good one.
I'm just gonna keep putting it on lists until it appears. Even after they say, yeah, we decided to cancel it, I'm still gonna put it on lists.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna follow yours with I think it's a fairly safe bet here. Right after, I think it'll happen right back to back. This is what I almost gave away earlier. I think Armored Core, 4 or whatever it is the next title, whether they call it that or not, gets announced, and then directly, talking directly after the Armored Core, cool, everybody excited, yeah, and then boom, Elden Ring DLC comes following right after that. My next prediction is Elden Ring DLC is announced. That game was huge, and then part of the last year of making that game was polish. They really did a lot of polishing. I'm sure within that year they came up with ideas for DLC and stuff that didn't even make it into the game. So I'm calling it now. Elden Ring DLC. That game has all the hype at the beginning of this year, and they could bring the hype right back into Elden Ring for the middle of the year with some DLC that'll release at the end of the year.
Elden Ring boss rush.
Maybe like a new update announcement with some DLC to look forward to. Maybe even a roadmap of Elden Ring, because there's a lot to that game that I'm sure people haven't even done yet. There's so much more they can add. So, yeah, that's my next guess. And I am really stoked about my last one, because we're doing 9, right?
Yeah, we're doing 9.
I got a good last one.
I may have jumped ahead of you then, because I have 9. But I could have easily accidentally did a double, not paying attention.
Yeah, I have my 9th one ready.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so if you want to let me go with number 9, I think this one, originally I don't think they'd be part of Games Fest because EA likes doing their own thing, but they're not doing their thing this year. So let's give me some Titanfall 3. There's been a lot of rumors. I'm popping on a root beer right now. Sorry about that. It's happening. I'm thirsty. So there's been a lot of rumors about Titanfall 3 being in the making for quite some time, and Respawn's got their hands busy. I know. But they have openly said they've been working on Titanfall as a potential title and a game that they've been working on for a while. And Respawn's has not missed. They have not missed yet.
Yeah. I also had an EA game that I decided not to add, which was Jedi Survivor.
Good call.
But I decided not to put that on the list. I kept eyeing it. I was like, it's a known quantity, but I don't know. So I didn't. But, yeah, so I will rename my 9. And I forgot to mention this for the Xbox. I'm reading my 9 from, because it is a bingo board, I'm reading my 9 from top to bottom, left to right, a lot of Western, people do. So for those who are not from the Western world, that's how I'm reading it. Gotham Knight, Sonic Frontiers, BioShock 4, Dragon Ball The Breakers, my Free Spaces Fall Guys, Suicide Squad, Final Fantasy IX Remake, Walking Dead Last Mile, and Haunted Chocolatier.
That's a good list. That BioShock one, I'm really hoping you're right about that one. You got me all giddied up, man, because BioShock's my jam. It's my jam. BioShock, it's so good. So, all right, good list. My 9 goes like this: Wonder Woman, God of War, obviously Ragnarok, Hogwarts, Shovel Knight 2, The Last of Us Remake, Death Stranding 2, Armored Core, Elden Ring's DLC, and Titanfall 3. I'm got a good feeling about this year.
Yeah. All right. I've got a great feeling about this year too, and I do love that it seems that all the showcases are at least going to be in a 2-week span rather than 2 months like it was a couple of years ago. What was it, 2020? Where all the game announcements were spread out. It's I do like the idea of there being a 1 or 2 week period. I know video game journalists and everything, it kills them, and it'll probably kill us for next week's episode trying to get everything
keep up.
But having that one 1 or 2 week span where all of the games are out, and then you kind of just have a timeline in your head of a bunch of these things, I really enjoy. Unless it's a Ubisoft thing where they announce a bunch of stuff and none of that stuff comes out. Talking about keeping the meme alive, I will bring that up constantly. Alright. So for my Nintendo bingo board, alright? So this is Nintendo that we're covering now. We're not going to do Sony because at this moment we don't know if Sony's going to do another showcase, as we mentioned before. And we're not really going to do some of the indie showcases because, let's face it, indie games are so hard to keep up with and keep track of that I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. So this will be the last showcase we cover. For my Nintendo free space, I'm going to put Mario Kart DLC.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call. For sure going to be there, and the next pack's just about to drop. So, yeah, good call.
Yeah, that's why I have it there, is they have 3 coming out a year, so that's once every 4 months. So they're due for one coming out soon-ish. And there's no way that's not going to be in a showcase or anything. There's no way they just shadow
I'm
drop.
pretty sure they're going to at least be like, and here, briefly, we're going to tell you about this.
Yeah. So, and at least show, there's 6 maps that they'll be showing. So I'm sure they'll show those off. So that's going to be my free space.
I'm just going to take it from you too. Yeah, make it easy on me. That way I can. Yeah. What you got on your first prediction? I'm really excited about this. Nintendo's got so much they have not talked about in so long, so anything can come out of Nintendo's mouth and be believable.
Yeah, no, I know. Nintendo was by far the easiest bingo board to fill out because we just know so much about what they're doing. Do I want to take the easy one, or do I want to let you have the easy one and go for like a crazy thing? Because I already have 2 crazy things that I'm going to be putting on. Do I want to just have 9? Well, we were talking about Ubisoft, so I'll go ahead and continue the Ubisoft train. Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle 2.
First one's phenomenal. Can't wait for that in the game too. It's gonna be a good game. Not a big fan of Rabbids. Big fan of that game.
Yeah.
And you're probably right. That's a good call. That's likely to show up. Now, to take note that like Nintendo doesn't have anything announced either, but it's most likely they announce their things like just days prior to any actual announcement, like of it being released or them doing anything. It's usually just 2 days prior. So we're just taking into account that most likely it'll happen at some point at the end of this month or the next month. But it'll most likely have their Treehouse like E3 experience for sure.
Yeah.
All eyes are on them. But my first prediction for Nintendo goes, I'm just going all in right from the get-go. Mario Odyssey 2. Here we go. Please.
Okay,
please.
I had that on there too.
Mario Odyssey 2. It's been since 2017. The end of 2017 is when we got Mario Odyssey. One of my favorite games of all time. I was in somewhat of a dark place. Not the worst place, but just not in the best place mentally. And when that game came out, I had just a giant smile throughout the entire thing. And it would mean the world to me to see the Mario Odyssey 2 get announced. New console on Nintendo or not, give me Mario Odyssey 2. I'll buy it on wherever it lands, wherever I can play it. Give me that game. And if I make it on my list, then it's most likely going to happen, right? I just got to will that into existence.
Yeah. So I will take a somewhat easy one, and I'll add a little flair to it. So if you want to take it for a different type of flair, you can. I'm going to say they at least mention Breath of the Wild. That's not gameplay or anything. They just, even if it's like, hey, I know you're expecting to see Breath of the Wild 2 on here. Sorry, but we're not going to do that. We're not ready to show any more yet or whatever. I think they at least mention it because, yeah, it was delayed out of this year, but it still sounds like they want to release it early next year. Theoretically, that's what you would assume. So I'm going to have a mention of Breath of the Wild 2.
Okay, I think you're right about that for sure. Well, this is,
I'd like to.
This is kind of a cop-out one, but Mario Strikers is about to release, so I'm going to go with Mario Strikers being there. They've only shown a little bit of the gameplay, and I think it's looking like a pretty phenomenal game. Mario Strikers is looking like it's going to be one of the top-notch sports games they're going to release. It looks like it's going to have a lot of love, and I think they need to show some of that love. So I'm thinking Mario Strikers gets kind of a deep dive of some of the game modes they're going to have on there.
Yeah, I had it initially on the list, and then I was like, it's so close, though, but so I ended up taking it off the list. But I agree with you. Like, we have not seen anything from it, but it does release, like, this month. So it's like, do they really want to talk about something so close? But yeah, I definitely was thinking of Mario Strikers myself as well. I'll save my memes for at the end. All right, here we. This one's a little crazy. It's not meme, but it's definitely a little crazy. All right, you ready for this?
Okay.
Metroid Prime Remastered. A lot of people are wanting the trilogy that came out on Wii and Wii U. But from what I understand, from what I've seen from like insiders and stuff, they are not going to be doing a trilogy. They're going to be doing a remaster of one. Now that could just be like they're doing a remaster of one, and then they'll have 1 and 2, the ports of 1 and 2, and it's just, you know, they're just going to be ports. They're not going to be, nothing's going to be done to them. But from what I've heard, there is a remaster that they've been working on for the original, and that could be, you know, again, that could still be part of a trilogy, but yeah.
Okay. And I got one that I just came up with on the spot, but hold on to that. I doubt that you mentioned it. So I mean, I go big or go home. So a lot of, either honestly, they're not going to release all these giant haymakers that I'm listing here, but I'm sure at least some of these will land.
Yeah.
Sure at some point some of these will land. And so my next one, my prediction number 3 goes to, I can't remember the exact name of it. I know it's behind me. I could probably just go look at it. Actually, I think it's called Toad Treasure Tracker. Yeah, so Toad Treasure Tracker 2. Give me a Toad puzzle game, a second Toad puzzle game. I love that game, and I think it sold fairly well. I know it wasn't too much of an expensive title, and I see it in most homes, the most Switch homes that I see if it's, you know, it's a Mario title, and people like Mario titles. It's a smaller one, but you know, give the second one some love. Let's see some more from Toad.
Yeah.
Toad Treasure Tracker 2.
I like that one.
Yeah. One game. So good.
I will also let's see. Okay, here's one. This is something that is a leak. But it was a leak relating to, it's not a Nintendo developer, but allegedly it's like, it was leaked on, you know, a Nintendo Insider or something. This could easily also just be at Summer Games Fest, but there allegedly is a Bandai Namco remaster. That's all that the leak was basically saying, is that there's a Bandai Namco remaster.
Okay.
What that game is, I don't know, you know. Maybe it's a remaster of Tales of Symphonia, but with like the changes that they made to like, I guess that would be a remake, but like some of the changes they did for the latest Tales that they released, it kind of changed up the gameplay a little bit. I guess that would be more of a remake, and that's not part of my prediction. That's just kind of a little extra what if. But there's a Bandai Namco remaster.
Not bad, not bad. Okay. Well, number 4 is going to, you almost said it earlier, I thought, but Metroid Prime 4. It's about time we see something. I know it had to go through a different studio now, and kind of starting from the bottom a little bit, but they got a little bit of dev time underneath their belt, and I think that they can at least show us a CGI trailer, Metroid Prime 4, and maybe give us a release window of when they think that game will be out. You know, Nintendo don't give a shit. They'll just push that shit back over and over and over again, but they have no problem giving you a release date. So they'll show Metroid Prime 4, they'll be like, hey, here's the new release window, and we'll most likely just delay it later on. But yeah, Metroid Prime 4.
I have that. I had that on my bingo board as well. Let's see. Where do I want to go? I'm not gonna add it to my predictions, but I don't think Pokemon's gonna be there because they just had that big Pokemon thing. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. That's a good one. Splatoon 3.
Mm-hmm.
We know they've already officially announced it. I think it's coming out soon-ish. Maybe not this year, but soon-ish. So maybe we see a little bit more. Last year we got like a kind of like a campaign thing. Or I guess it was earlier this year we kind of got a campaign thing because I had to cover it in the podcast. But something related to Splatoon 3.
Okay, I can definitely see that too. And also excited for Splatoon 3. Especially if it's going to start having like a campaign-like mode. That'd be dope. That'd be so dope.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned a 3. I'll follow you on that 3, and I'll say Bayonetta 3. I think it's I think that game's been done for a long time. Like, I guarantee you, that game has been done for a while. I think the only thing that they might be doing now is maybe going back and adding some enhancements for a potential new Switch Plus version of it. I think that's the only thing that could possibly be working on. Other than that, that game is done. They're just waiting to press the "it's released" button, I bet. So Bayonetta 3, and show us some gameplay. Like, we haven't seen anything on it, but I know it's done. Come on, Nintendo.
Yeah, no, that's something. This is no prediction or anything. I'm just pointing out what I think is going on. Is, Nintendo definitely is a company that will have a game ready and in the can and just sit on it till the time's right. They definitely, I mean, obviously they don't release a game from the GameCube era, 20 years later, but they will sit on a game for a little bit and kind of release it and, kind of spread out their releases a little bit so not everything's, stealing money from another thing of theirs. And I personally think that's what Xbox is. I think that's part of the delay of Starfield was A, the game wasn't fully ready, but B, that way they have a buffer, and so that way if something were to go wrong with another game, they can just move it to another game to its place and kind of have a little bit of a buffer and just have a bunch of games in the can. I think that's what Xbox is trying to do now. Because they have enough studios that they can start doing that like Nintendo does. You know what? I'm going to follow your 3 that followed my 3 with another 3.
Okay, alright.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Oh, another good guess. Okay. Very good prediction. And that game
Alright, now it's up to you to continue the 3 train.
I don't know if I can do it. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to word it to where it'll work that way. How about that?
All right, let's hear it.
So I think there's going to be an announcement, and this one's a little wild, but I think it's about due time. A Donkey Kong 3D game. I think it's about time that Donkey Kong comes to the 3D world once again. It's been a long time, and I think Donkey Kong's trending fairly well with the community and its games that it has released. They're also adding a whole Donkey Kong exhibit into the new Nintendo world. So I can see Donkey, and he's gonna be in the new Mario movie. So give me some Donkey Kong. Give me some more Donkey Kong action. Some 3D Donkey Kong. That's my prediction, and that counts. I don't know if you want to count it, but that's a Donkey Kong 3D game. So there's my 3 for you.
I like that little rework. I definitely had Donkey Kong on there too. Do you think Donkey Kong's going to be in the 3D game is going to be voiced by what was it, Seth Rogen?
No, I don't think they're going to keep him around. No, for the games and stuff, probably not.
Oh boy. Yeah, I like that little rework. Okay. I really don't have any way of following that up. I think that we're going to get an update for a game that was supposed to come out this year. Actually, it was supposed to come out a couple months ago. But the month it was supposed to come out, a war broke out. And considering it is a war game, Nintendo decided to push it. So I think we get an update on Advance Wars 1 and 2.
Okay. Now you mentioned something about a war coming out, and that just immediately made me think of a game I should have predicted earlier for Summer Games Fest. But The Witcher 3 is going to have a next gen version come out here soon, and I bet that would have been a good prediction to see that at Summer Games Fest.
Oh, yeah.
But there was a Russian studio working on it.
Didn't Keighley also? This would be on the worst side, but didn't Keighley also kind of have a push with Cyberpunk?
Yeah, actually, I think it did.
Oof. That's the problem with really hyped games is if they are overhyped, then it just it's bad luck.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Do I want to go with those? So this is tied to another one of my predictions. And it's not a unique idea by any means. They've done it before. And a lot of people have been saying this, but I'm just going to go ahead and have it on my predictions. So I mentioned that they're going to mention Breath of the Wild. What I personally think is going to happen is it's going to be on Numa coming on screen, and he's going to be like, I know you guys want Breath of the Wild news. It's not happening. All right, it's coming out. It's coming out next year. We'll have another direct before, it comes out. But because you guys love Zelda so much, here's Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD.
Okay, I can see that for sure. Okay. That's the last of the Switch or the Wii U ports right there.
Yeah, after that, you don't need a Wii U ever again.
Yep.
Just throw that shit in the
no
trash.
longer needing that one. Yeah. It's so true. Okay. Good. That's a good one. That's a real good one. Mine's a little probably not going to happen, but I'm going to word it to where it could potentially happen. Okay. So what I have written down here is the Switch Plus, some new and enhanced version of the Switch. But I'm going to say that they make some sort of acknowledgement of a future Switch console. That's all I'm saying. Some kind of acknowledgement of some sort. Like, hey, they're not going to name the title of it or anything, but like, hey, yes, this thing does exist, and we'll have more to talk about that very soon. Something like that.
Interesting. Yeah. So, I was saying that I had two meme predictions. And I tricked you guys because I have 3 meme predictions.
Okay.
And the first one is Hollow Knight Silk Song, the game that doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, you're probably right. No, it exists. The game got announced forever ago, right?
Oh yeah, it's been years, and every time there's any like announcement, showcase or whatever, people are like, "Where's Hollow Knight? Where's Hollow Knight?" And so that's why I say it's a meme, because it's always brought up no matter what the showcase is. They're like, Hollow Knight's gonna be there.
Yes.
I haven't seen Hollow Knight in forever.
That's a wonderful game, the first one, but that Silk Song is where he plays the girl, I believe, and that game's been in the works for quite some time. You're right. These indie games, they have a way of just being like, you get it when I say so.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Excuse me. Let's see. Number 8. That's what we're on. Number 8. So my number 8 prediction, I might do an off the wall one here. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So it's been a minute, but actually, this is another. Unless it's maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but this is another Wii U port that has yet to happen. But the WarioWare game been ported to the Switch yet? Because there was a Wii U Wario game where they had all kinds of mini games, and it was actually a pretty good party game. Like it's a lot of fun playing with some friends in a party. And I want to say that was a Wii U title for sure. For sure, it was a Wii U title.
I know they released one on the Switch, but if there was one on the Wii U, they definitely have not ported that one.
Yeah, okay. So maybe give me a Wario title port. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm in the same situation you were before, where I actually am about to start my number 8, but that's fine. I'm sure everything is just we messed up somewhere along the way of recording and just talking about games.
Yes,
and...
yes.
So here's mine. There's this little known game. We were talking about indie games that we get when they say we get it. Well, here's one that we are getting when I say we get it. All right, okay. I make the rules here. In this land, Haunted Chocolatier.
Really? All right. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Let's just have some fun with it.
Might as well, and you're willing it into existence. That's for sure.
All right, so did you do your number 9 or?
I'm about to do an off the wall number 9. That's my plan here.
All right, let's do it. Let's just get crazy now.
Yeah, I'm getting crazy. All right, so I am gonna say, and you can. No. We're not. I'm way backing off of that one. That one I feel like is stealing off of you a little bit, and probably not going to happen. So we're backpedaling, and we're going to go to a safety net. A Luigi's Mansion game for this October.
Ooh, that'd be a nice one.
So it's been 3 years since we got the last Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, we got Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, I think it was 2020. So yeah, I think it's been about 2 years.
Yeah, so by the time it would come out, it'd be about 2.5 years, 3 years. Okay, give me a Halloween Luigi's Mansion game.
Nice.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm not counting against my actual prediction here, but maybe a Luigi Mario scary game, not just a Luigi. Maybe like add some more of the characters for some fun, some co-op fun, some Mario and Luigi like 2-player puzzle like game.
Yeah, Luigi gets scared. Mario's like,
come on,
Luigi,
man.
You're such a bitch.
So much more than this, buddy. Come on.
You are such a bitch. Out of curiosity, what was the one you were going to do?
Well, I was gonna say like a Breath of the Wild Switch is what I was gonna say. Like an announcement of a like themed Switch like Breath of the Wild. And one, I don't think if the Switch doesn't get announced, it's immediately a no to my prediction. And you already mentioned something about Breath of the Wild, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. As much as I think it will happen. I don't know if it would happen there. It'd be more of like you see an advertisement for it or something.
Yeah. I could see them doing something like a themed thing. I mean, they did a Pokemon themed
and
Switch.
The Animal Crossing one was pretty good looking.
Yeah. So it's not out of the question. My number 9. You heard it here first, folks. All right. This is something that people have been wanting. Nintendo knows people are wanting it, and they're like, all right, we're going to do this one last thing. Get these people hyped. People love these games. We just make sure that they never get them, but we're going to actually give them a taste of it. Golden Sun.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's been a minute since I've seen a Golden Sun game. Those are some good games. And now that they're not like they were kind of like I don't want to call them lower tier, just a smaller tier because they were on the 3DS. We give it a Golden Sun, a full Switch title release. I'd love to see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was the last one was on the last one I don't even think was 3DS. I think it was when the 3DS came out, but they released it on the original DS line. And then on top of that, that was Golden Sun 3. Golden Sun 1 and 2 were on Game Boy Advance. That's how long it's been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Yeah, actually, I can tell you the year Golden Sun 3 came out, which was the last one, because it's the same year my oldest daughter was born, and that was 2011.
Long time ago.
11 years, guys. 11 years.
That's scary to think about.
I went to get a game while I was waiting in the hospital with my wife. And my choices, my choices were Golden Sun or Pokemon Black White, and I went with Pokemon. White version.
Good call.
Yeah. So that gives you a little bit even more context, not just a year, but we're now about to enter Generation 9 of Pokemon. That was Generation 5 of Pokemon.
Man.
So, people have been asking for it for a long ass time, and then Nintendo's like, nah, they're just gonna keep making Mario sports games.
Sure are.
So, oh, you know what? I realized where we made our mistake. Or where... How many do you actually have for Nintendo?
You have 9 now. Yeah, Luigi's Mansion makes 9.
I don't know how I fucked up then. Because I do not have 9. I have 12. I just realized.
How did that... We've been going back and forth. There's no way. I can't wait to wait to re-listen to this. I haven't seen where it happened.
I don't know where that happened either. But like I remember talking about all of these because it's Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle 2, Breath of the Wild 2 mention, Metroid Prime Remaster, Bandai Namco Remaster, Mario Kart 8 DLC, Splatoon 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, update on Advance Wars 1 and 2, and Zelda Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD would have been 9. And then I followed up with Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Haunted Chocolatier, and Golden Sun. So I don't know how we ended up just getting so involved in our conversation, somehow I ended up with 12. And like, so my number, what I thought was going to be my number 8, but was your number 9, was actually my number 11. So I don't know how we ended up doing this. But that's how conversations go, guys. I will definitely be narrowing it down. I'll be Bandai Namco.
Pretty damn good predictions here today. And I hope to see all of them.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm definitely not giving up on my memes. Alright, let's see. Update on Advance Wars. Gone. You know what? Metroid Prime Remaster. Gone. There we go. Yeah, I don't know how we ended up fucking up so much. I definitely am curious how we ended up fucking up so much. Okay, so my 9 are Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle 2, Breath of the Wild 2 mention, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Haunted Chocolatier, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC is my free space, Splatoon 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Golden Sun, and Zelda Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD.
Okay, that's good. Oh, man. Okay. See, I got Mario Odyssey 2, Mario Strikers, Toad Treasure Island 2, or Puzzle Tracker 2, sorry. Metroid Prime 4, a new Switch Plus mentioned of some sort. Bayonetta 3, Donkey Kong, a 3D game. A Wario title port or a new Wario game, and Luigi's Mansion. Excuse me.
Nice.
Yeah, please.
So you definitely
Luigi's Mansion, please.
You definitely had 9. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there at all, dude. I think because I for the most part, you would say yours, and then like, all right, now mine, and then back and forth. So that is unique for sure.
All right. So those are our bingo boards. Do we want to do like one just off the wall, general whatever in this, next 2 weeks or whatever prediction, or do we want to just leave it as to our bingo boards?
Let's just leave it to our bingo boards for now.
If you like, or even if you don't like this podcast, be sure to do all of the things, like hitting the like button, even if you don't like, hitting subscribe button, and hitting that bell on youtube.com/the XofPlays, or giving it a high rating on whatever podcast service you use so you can find like-minded people. I did bring it up before, but on patreon.com/thebriefingroom, you can financially support the show and get cool rewards as well. That's all from us.